right? Now, it's in fact, all-out war, as we see, between the BJP and the Congress. Yet again in Karnataka, Karnataka Minister Zameer Ahmed Khan is facing flack for his videos and photo shot or a shoot that he carried out inside a posh private jet from Delhi to Bengaluru, back and forth, basically from Bengaluru, Delhi and back on December 20th, which has now gone viral on social media. While the BJP slammed the Congress was quick to respond, saying that the Chief Minister is not the only one. This is not unprecedented. The Prime Minister Modi as well travels in a private jet alone, all by himself, everywhere he goes. Why don't you direct the question to BJP? This is the response of the Congress. Let's have a listen.
A swanky private jet with plush seating, top netas from Karnataka flaunting their lavish lifestyle. This video, originally posted by Karnataka Housing Minister Zameer Ahmed Khan, shows him with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah while returning to Bengaluru from Delhi after seeking drought relief from the Narendra Modi government. Zameer Ahmed Khan posted the video with the caption, "Happy moments of travelling with our proud leader, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah." The Karnataka government delegation had met Prime Minister Modi on December the 19th, requesting 18,000 crore rupees in relief packages for the state undergoing a historic drought. Well, soon after Zameer posted the video on Twitter, a full-blown political war started between the BJP and the Congress. Top BJP leaders tore into the ruling Congress over Zameer's lavish photo shoot inside a private jet amidst a drought in Karnataka.
कांग्रेस का डबल स्टैंडर्ड इसमें ही हम देख सकते हैं। हम 10-15 सर्विसेज है बिटवीन दिल्ली बेंगलुरु एंड बेंगलुरु दिल्ली। इसमें तो ऐसे लग्जरियस एयरक्राफ्ट लेके जाना इस टाइम तो बिल्कुल गलत है और एक तरफ डोनेशन मांग कर रहे हैं।
Siddaramaiah himself has forgotten his responsibility. Being a Chief Minister of Karnataka state, it clearly shows the seriousness of the state government and carelessness of state government against a farmer's distress. It's very unfortunate. Bharatiya Janata Party strongly condemns Siddaramaiah's and his government's attitude.
The Congress hit back at the BJP, questioning Prime Minister Modi's travels.
Please ask this question to BJP people. Narendra Modi ಅವರು ಯಾವ ವಿಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಿರುಗಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ತಿರುಗಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ತಿರುಗಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
So they have come on a special flight which normally the Chief Minister uses. So it is quite natural, obvious. There is nothing great in it. As earlier also, when earlier BJP ministers, Chief Minister used to use, my Chief Minister also, in order to save time, he has come out. There is nothing wrong in it. This is all a political statement. We don't mind their comments on that.
The controversy is bad optics and imagery for the Congress as Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's flight to Delhi in a private jet comes in the middle of a crowdfunding campaign by the grand old party. With Sagai Raj at Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, that's the pompous Zameer Ahmed there, walking like a hero inside that very private jet. He's posing for the cameras, and he did speak to the media. In fact, India Today was present as well while he responded, saying it's his fans who've cut out a video and edited it in such a manner and put it up. It's not his fault, though it's been published on his very platform itself. Let me cut across to Aishwarya Mahadev, who's the national spokesperson of the Congress party. We are also getting BJP's Ashok K.M. Gowda. We are also waiting for Santosh Lad, who is the Labour Minister of Karnataka, joining us in just a few moments. Aishwarya, how would you look at this plush ride of the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah with his band of ministers, Krishna Bairegowda, you had Zameer Ahmed. These are top faces in the state of Karnataka, flying in a private jet while you're asking for nearly 4,800 crores as aid for drought relief.
Nabila, first and foremost, I don't want to comment on the proclivity for pomp of the minister and question and the grotesque nature of it. But let me make a few things very, very clear. You cannot conflate the state's need to get the central government to release drought relief to the chief minister renting or using a private charter to expedite his travel purposes and his travel needs. I believe the BJP is bereft of any other issue, so much so that their own MLA saying the BJP has no issues in session. This is Mr. Vishwanath, their own Yelahanka MLA, who has said this. And so the BJP is trying to distract and divert from the larger issue. Let's bring this down to what the focus is. The Chief Minister of my state has requested for 18,000 crores in drought relief. One, yes, does this look like the sort of incongruity of him traveling in such a luxurious vehicle? Yes, that does look like it. But it is done as practiced by Chief Minister, so much so that Prime Minister Modi, when he was chief minister, used a charter over 100 times in the period, in the run up to 2014. And let me also make this clear. It is a rented charter. It does not belong to anybody. Of course, Mr. Zameer Ahmed has had a photo shoot, and the sort of morality and the optics of it is for him to answer. But let's also point out, 8,000 crores was used to purchase a jet for the Prime Minister at the peak of COVID. Was that not opulence that was unnecessary? You also realize that, let us make other things also clear. The BJP, you talk about bad optics, Nabila. The only bad optics is B.S. Yediyurappa storing the state of drought-hit districts while his own central government has not released funds. Bad optics is when Yediyurappa is chief minister, who basically goes and begs and cries the central government for drought relief when he was CM, where we had 35,000 crores worth of crop loss and damage because of flood and drought also in that year. And the central government couldn't even release a measly hundreds of crores. Let us not deflect from the issues. Let us not divert. Let us not conflate. The debate has to be that Karnataka legitimately has these dues. The chief minister traveled to request for it. The BJP has no answer, has no response to the funds that we require, which is why they're indulging in this activity. And that is the reality, Nabila.
Well, as much as you may want to slam the BJP at the moment, the video here acts counterproductive. Aishwarya, I'm sure you'd agree with me. That image there of Zameer Ahmed Khan walking about like a fashion model, wearing sunglasses inside the plane, as he poses, crosses his legs, smiles to the camera. So he's really enjoying that plush ride. There's no doubt that he's trying to do a bit of a show off and entertain his people on his social media.
Nabila, I don't know if it was a flex. I don't know if it was in bad taste. I don't know if it was something that was basically done by his fans. And I'm sure he himself is the person that can comment on that. But
he did. He said, my fans have put it up. But, well, ultimately, it's his account. It's not his fans' account. It's his platform.
Fair enough. I'm not going to dissect what somebody posts on their social media, and most necessarily national television, especially a channel as reputed as yours and a primetime show such as yours, is not going to get into that, Nabila. But I'm very sure the fact is the BJP is going or looking for a needle in a haystack because they're bereft of larger issues, which is why their IT cell is going overboard about this. It is a standard practice. I can give you a list of chief ministers who have done it. I can tell you what Prime Minister Modi has done as chief minister. I can tell you what he's done as prime minister as well. What is ordinarily protocol to ensure fast travel for a chief minister may have been touted in a social media frenzy, but that does not take away from the issue whatsoever, and it should not take away from the issue. And the BJP should engage on that.
What takes away from the issue here is that you all are struggling for funds. You want aid and relief for drought in the state. So this image of Zameer Ahmed Khan really takes away from the actual issue. And this is bad PR. To be honest, if you really are seeking an appointment with the Prime Minister to get fund relief for the state, this is certainly bad PR. It's really counterproductive. But I'll come to you, Aishwarya. Let me go to Ashok K.M. Gowda, BJP Karnataka spokesperson. Please go on, Ashok. The Congress says there are no other issues. You're trying to find a needle from a haystack. You have several issues to actually ponder on, but you have every way to distract your crowd.
There are so many issues which you have been raising and saying it to the people of Karnataka and people of India at the large. This Congress government is failing at every foot, including the drought hit relief fund for the people of Karnataka and people who are suffering. They have almost 10 to 20 lakhs to travel in the private jet and with every luxury, but they do not have 600 rupees to give it to clean for the manure slavage, which has to be cleaned by a machine, but not by a human children. Six people have been seriously ill because of this. And they do not have 300 rupees to give it to Akka or Ayama to get the toilets cleaned in a Alur village in a school. Just today it is reported. There are so many issues. They do not have 3,000 rupees in their account, which was given to the Tumkur farmers. And they say a farmer's life is 5 lakh rupees, but they have every luxury. Forget about this. They bought 34 cars, luxury cars, worth 35 lakhs each. Only when the Karnataka is hit drought, and Karnataka has so many issues in relating to the financial management, and all the guarantees are failing and not reaching. The 5 kgs of rice is given to people of Karnataka.
You're saying guarantees have failed and not reached, Ashok. Is that right? Is that what you said? You said guarantees have failed and not reached. Could you tell us, out of the 5-6 guarantees Congress has promised, where have they failed?
Yes, Shakti Akki Yojana, that is Annabhagya, what they promised. What has happened? 5 kgs is given by the central government, only 3 kgs is reaching to the people of Karnataka. Now come to the power, Gruha Jyoti. People of Karnataka across the state, they get power. Earlier, when our government was there, the power was uninterrupted for farmers. They used to get it from 6 o'clock evening till 6 o'clock morning. They could go to their fields and water their crops and come back. Now what is happening? Only 2 hours they are getting. At what time? 12 o'clock. At 2 o'clock. And this is the slot. Because of that, what is happening? And the farmer has to wake up at 12 o'clock, take their children, because the power is only for 2 hours.
Okay, all right. We heard that. We heard that. But, just Ashok, the Congress responds saying the fact that you're raising questions on the private jet, if we could play those visuals of Zameer Ahmed there in the jet, very interesting visuals. So, Ashok, as much as you pick on that private jet being used by the Karnataka Chief Minister, he very quickly responds, what does Prime Minister Narendra Modi use while he has to travel on official visit? And that too, Modi travels alone. Private jets are expensive. Modi flies a private jet too. Do you agree?
Prime Minister of India,
and not just Prime Minister Modi, most of all of your states where the BJP governs, your chief ministers fly private jet.
Apparently, the Prime Minister of India has got a protocol wherein whenever he has to travel to places, he has to have a protocol, and he has a Z+ security covered the post. And whereas the Chief Minister of Karnataka do not have such security, there is no need. In fact, as common as possible, they can remain. But they want to show the luxury at the cost of whom? At the cost of the taxpayer. Siddaramaiah says, I am a socialist. Why does he want all this? Why does he want a Hublot watch? Why does he want a private jet with a luxury? And
that's a very pertinent question, which I was going to Aishwarya with. Aishwarya, Siddaramaiah calls himself a socialist. For a man like him, who's always projected to have nothing to do with worldly luxuries and everything to do with the poor people, their needs, he's projected himself as a socialist. That's how he's won election as well as an Ahinda leader. For him to be flying, again, private jet, I'll ask you the same question. Isn't that counterproductive? Is that not a branding which is totally going wrong?
Nabila, let's make this very clear. He doesn't project himself as a socialist. He is a socialist. My chief minister has very firmly stood for the people of Karnataka and constantly will. And on the same question, let me ask the BJP. You talk about Garibi Chaiwala, you talk about how you have renounced the world for the service of the nation, and this is the man that bought an 8,000 crore private jet. While in this instance, it's a rent or a charter, the benevolence of somebody who owns a jet who's allowed the chief minister to use it. But this is a man that bought an 8,000 crore private jet during the peak of COVID. And I have a few responses, and I really want you to indulge me on this, Nabila. Is one, when you talk about the PM protocol, it's not like the chief ministers are not elected heads of states of the federal system that is Karnataka and other states of India. So a lot of chief ministers have been doing this. You want to talk about private jet owners? What about the recent turncoat Praful Patel? What about Mr. Naveen Jindal? You do realize there are fleets and fleets of private BJP leaders who own a lot of these flights. This was a charter which the Chief Minister had to use because of a meeting, because of the drought situation. One. Second, you talk about, the financial situation in the state. So I'll tell you how you have actually contributed to this. You owe Karnataka over 600 crores of dues in Narega funds. You owe my state over 2,333 crores in GST dues, which you are refusing to pay, which you are willing to pay previously when there was a BJP government, and now you don't want to pay. And you want to talk about CMs and excesses. Go ask the Gujarat CM who spent 191 crores on getting himself a private jet very recently as 2019, and you really want to comment on all my schemes, sir. You have absolutely no...
Ashok Gowda, your response to that. Gujarat Chief Minister's stint on a private jet. Well, let's be honest. You have
He bought one.
Ashok?
Yeah.
Politicians indulging in these pleasures. Politicians indulging in these pleasures in the name of duty cuts across party lines.
No. See, apparently, let us understand what is the point. Aishwarya is accusing us of not releasing the funds. Apparently, let them go read the statistics. No. One second. No problem. Just wait. 2004 till 2014, when UPA 1 and 2 were there, what was the kind of the amount which was given to state of Karnataka, including Narega, including aid, including other grants, vagera, all put together, believe me or not, from 2014 till 2023 December as we stand, the amount has almost tripled. You can go check it, and it's there in the websites, and it is there from the data of the Congress's data research team has acknowledged this. That's the point number one. Point number two, yes, a lot of people on the private jets, but at what rate? What is the point? Let them have a private jet. Businessmen having a private jet, I don't have a problem. Zameer Ahmed having a private jet. But the point is, when they were going for asking a relief fund, they could have traveled in the Indigo flight.
That's the irony of it all, right, Aishwarya? The irony of it is that they were going to seek funds. The irony of it is that irony of it is that they were going to seek funds, that there are at least 4,800 crores that they are seeking. We already see a loss. Karnataka state has gone through a loss over drought. The numbers as per October is nearly 30,400 crores losses owing to drought. So that's the irony, that while there's a stark comparison, right? While the state is struggling, those are the kind of losses you're seeing. You have guarantees that you've promised. Already state is under debt. In that scenario, you're taking a private jet to a state, Delhi, national capital, which has multiple flights to and fro. It's not a tier 2 or tier 3 city where there's no connectivity. Great connectivity between Bangalore to Delhi.
I just want to add, there are 24 flights.
Another thing, no, hang on, Ashok, hang on. My question was to Aishwarya. This trip to Delhi was also pre-planned. It was known very well much in advance. You all could have booked your tickets at a regular flight. You would have saved, in a fraction of a cost, you would have finished that trip without actually bringing bad PR also to the party.
Nabila, if we extend that conversation, you will tell me what coupon code I should have used. But I'll tell you this, Nabila.
Sure. Had you booked in advance, I would have.
The BJP spokesperson went on to say he could have booked Indigo, which is a shame, right? Because they're trying to revive that national carrier, which they so beautifully plundered to the ground. And now, of course, Indigo seems to be the preferred flight. But let me also answer one thing. My chief minister couldn't sit in a private jet of a private individual, like that one picture of our prime minister with a certain businessman, which has gone viral all around. But let's still break this down. If I can tell you today that flight was free of cost, and somebody lent it to him, or it was a charter at a minimal amount, will that justify the fact that it was because of expediency? You cannot sit and conflate an issue where Karnataka is requesting for funds with saying somebody traveled in a certain way. I can also say this, you have COP 23, 28, whatever, when you talk about climate change, every world leader flies there on a private jet, right? You understand the irony of it. But this is not one of those situations. It was urgent travel. Zameer Ahmed and the chief minister have both clarified that there was a meeting.
What was Zameer Ahmed's business in Delhi, if I may ask? Aishwarya, could you clarify? Zameer Ahmed is a housing minister. His purpose with Siddaramaiah to be in Delhi on that private jet. What was Zameer Ahmed's purpose there? Would you know?
Nabila, do you really want me to sit and dissect who travels with whom when? I believe this channel is a far more serious journalism. So let me come back to the singular point. My state is reeling under drought. The central government owes us money that they have not given us. The irony and the worst hypocrisy in this is Yediyurappa is traveling and touring the state, basically talking about drought assessment. And it's an embarrassment for him because his central government, his party in the center, has not given us funds. And that is what we need to talk about.
Finally, last question from Ashok. Aishwarya, we're very short on time. Ashok, I'll wrap with you. We heard Prahlad Joshi saying they've come here for donation. They've come here to ask money as donation. Now, that's slightly unfair. It's taxpayers' money. Karnataka pays, to the country's economy as well. Y'all are contributors to the country. So it's well within Karnataka state government's rights to seek funds as aid. So calling that donation is a bit unfair by the BJP, isn't it?
The point is very simple, Nabila. For everything, they have one point fingering out at the central government. Is this a union territory? It's a union territory. Karnataka has its own taxes. Karnataka is one of the richest states, but they have made it as poor. And they show it every time. One second, Aishwarya. I did not disturb you. I did not disturb you. Just wait. Just wait. This is a union territory. It's not a union territory. It's not a small state. Karnataka has the richest state. And Karnataka...
Ashok, 10 seconds. Aishwarya, hang on. We're off time. Ashok, 10 seconds. We'll wrap. Go on.
Why can't they not take steps without the central government aid? That is point number one. We are not denying that central government is not going to fund for the drought. And there is a central government which will definitely give if they give a right report.
Okay.
Until now, believe me or not, they have not given a right report that Karnataka Revenue Minister do not have the statistics that how many people have been drought hit and what is the
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, both of you. Thank you. We've heard you loud and clear. Aishwarya, apologies. No more time. Thank you, Aishwarya and Ashok, for joining us. Well, clearly, while the state is reeling under drought crisis, you have this now becoming a flashpoint. Zameer Ahmed flying on a private jet with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Zameer putting up those pictures on social media, acting like a fashion model on that plane, has really now taken away from the actual issue of drought in the state. This we're going to continue tracking very closely. Thanks very much for watching.